It's kind of jiggly, but you know, it's not coming. Oh my God. I didn't think it was gonna come out, but I think it moved. Hey everyone, it's Anna, and I'm back with another vintage cookbook. This time I'm reviewing quick recipe favorites distinctly different with 7-Up. What is with these 7-Up cookbooks and long titles? This booklet was published in 1965 by the 7-Up company. This is the second 7-Up cookbook that I have reviewed. The first one was published in 1969. Even though there are only 4 short years between the two, this one is very different in style. Just a quick look back at Put the Un in Cooking Fun with 7-Up the Un Cola. I've memorized the title, finally. So you can see how groovy this one is. You know, if you haven't watched that video, go back and take a look. The illustrations are still very, very cute in this one, don't get me wrong. They're a little bit more of an early 60s feel. We start with sparkling appetizers and coolers. I've never heard of beverages referred to as sparkling appetizers, but okay. One beverage I wanted to highlight, 7-Up Broadways. For the children, just pour about 1/3 of a cup of chilled 7-Up into an 8-ounce glass of cold milk. Do not stir. I don't know, maybe a kid would drink this, especially if they don't get to drink 7-Up very often. Maybe it's a very exciting treat. The next section of this booklet is quick breads, and it just so happens the best baking powder biscuits appear in this cookbook. And Jim from Jim's Kitchen actually made these. Do go and check that video out if you haven't watched it yet. I'll put it up here somewhere. It's Jell-O mold time. In my notes, I say that I counted 2.5. Let's take a look at this. 7-Up party salad, so that's 1. Applesauce gelatin salad, that's 2. And then what do I mean by and a half? I only counted this as sort of a half Jell-O mold. This is more about just making gelatin with 7-Up. Dissolve any fruit flavored gelatin in 1 cup of hot water, then stir in 1 bottle, 7 ounces of 7-Up. Combine cubes of different colored gelatins for a fancy dessert. Yeah, fancy. In the past, 7-Up came in 7-ounce bottles. I don't know that you can actually find a 7-ounce bottle of 7-Up anymore, but I did manage to find one with kind of a retro look to it, which is really fun. They had a few different designs. I'm not really sure what date this one would be. It doesn't say on the bottle. Back to some of the illustrations in this book. They are really cute. There's a combination of illustrations and photos. That's so colorful and cute. I mean, I love that style. I think this is supposed to be a cake right here, but it kind of looks like a pineapple. I swear I've seen a layer cake in this style recently, maybe on Pinterest. We've got a ham, we've got, of course, a Jell-O mold. These pancakes are a little less groovy looking than the pancakes from the other book. I like this one. It's a bottle of 7-Up just being poured on a fish. The fish looks absolutely thrilled. Based broiled fish fillets with 7-Up for that special accent of lemon lime. The fish is pretty happy about it. The headline on this page is Fish, Cheese with a Distinctive Accent. Vegetables with an unusual flair. I love the illustration for 7-Up float party ideas. Again, we've got something that looks very colorful, very refreshing. For added flair, garnish with fresh berries, cherry clusters, red or green maraschino cherries, pineapple chunks, tiny grape clusters, fresh lemon or lime slices, peppermint or cinnamon sticks, flavor with ice cream toppings or sauces. Basically anything goes. Anything goes in this. Go wild. The back cover of this book says, 7-Up and food just naturally go together. In food or with food, 7-Up makes any meal a feast. You get a fresh feeling when you drink it. And everything in 7-Up is pure, wholesome, and good for you. You heard it here first, 7-Up is good for you. At mealtime or snack time, 7-Up just naturally belongs. These are like the daily affirmations that 7-Up tells itself in front of the mirror. You are good. You are worthy. You make any meal a feast. At mealtime or snack time, you naturally belong. There are a lot of fruit desserts in this booklet with really great illustrations like this one and this one, which is the recipe I'm going to be preparing today. Today, I'm going to be making cherry cloud dessert. I'm making a lot of these cold desserts lately just because it's been quite the heat wave. This cherry cloud, it sounds really delicious. I had to seek out black cherry gelatin. I'm not sure I've ever had anything quite like it, but I think we are ready to get started. To make this dessert, you're going to need 1 3-ounce package of black cherry gelatin. You'll need 1 cup of boiling water. I'm heating up some water right now in my electric kettle. You'll need 7 ounces of 7-Up. You're going to need 1/2 cup of heavy cream. You're gonna whip this later. You're also going to need 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. I did make one addition to the recipe. I got some cherries to garnish this with. First, we're gonna dissolve our gelatin in a bowl. It has like a weird baby powder smell to it. How's it going, everyone? So I'm combining this boiling water with the gelatin powder, and we're gonna stir that until it is dissolved. I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my 7-Up. Yep, I think that's about right. Has a nice lemon limey, but also baby powdery smell. I'm not sure why I'm getting baby powder from this. It doesn't give a time on how long to actually refrigerate this. NPR says it takes gelatin about 10 minutes to partially set, so faster than I thought. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I will see you back here in 10 minutes. It's been a little over 10 minutes. I just checked the gelatin. It's not quite set yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and start whipping this cream anyway. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I like to do this. I like to keep everything very cold. So I have a metal mixing bowl that I've left in the fridge for a bit. I also like to put the beaters of my electric mixer in the fridge. So I'm gonna take my 1/2 cup of heavy cream, pour it on in here, and start mixing. You can see how thick it is there. I'm gonna add almond extract and just fold that in. We're not going to sweeten this at all. Between the Jell-O mix itself and the 7-Up, it's probably already very sweet. I'm gonna take a second to check the gelatin and see if it's at all set. All right, whoever told NPR that it only takes 10 minutes is misguided because it is completely liquid in there. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and I will check back in a little bit later. I'm back. It took 45 minutes to set. Now that that's thickened up, it says, add thickened gelatin to the whipped cream and mix well. I expected this to go in the other direction, which is kind of why I used this bowl for the gelatin. So the illustration is not a photograph. It's a drawing, but it kind of looks like streaky, if this is accurate. I mean, if you can kind of see that, it's got like white streaks in it. So not sure if I'm supposed to fully incorporate this or if it's really going to look like that drawing. It's kind of looking like this. I'm trying to bring everything from the bottom of the bowl back up. So like there's lumps, but what are those lumps? Are those cream? Are those gelatin? Like what are we finding here? So I'm gonna like smush some of that on the side. I don't test any of these vintage recipes beforehand, so you pretty much find out if it's gonna work when I do. It doesn't say how long to chill this. I'm gonna start with a couple hours and go from there. I'm gonna just grab some dishes and spoon this in. All right, we're down to the last one here. I'm gonna have to scrape this into the bowl. This is what we've got. So I'm gonna pop these in the fridge, check them after a couple hours, and I'll see you a little bit later. It's been 2 hours and this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of sweetened whipped cream and a cherry, making it a little bit fancy. Kind of looks like the pink parfait from the rice cookbook. All right, oh my goodness, you all. Look at that. I've got my tiny spoon and I think it's time to give this a taste. Got some layers to get through here. Let me try that again. It's very subtle. It's pretty good. It's very like foamy and fluffy, but I'm not getting like a ton of cherry flavor either. I'm getting sort of like a general fruit flavor. I'm not getting anything super, super strong. It tastes good. I'm not gonna say this tastes bad. I like this. I think I would like to give this a try with another gelatin flavor just to see. So I think this one is a keeper, but we're still in the testing phases. I cooked a recipe from Quick Recipe Favorites, Distinctly Different with 7-Up. A huge thank you to each and every one of you for watching. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to come back to my videos every week. Have you made this dessert before? I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, you might like my other videos and you might consider subscribing. I post new content every week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.